heard of singers like Beatles, the chipmunks he's seen on TV. Why not a little Spanish flea?
I try to avoid tribal lands as much as possible. However, watching that ranger smash the Extinction Rebellion would have been way better live. Yeah, no, that was fucking dope. And think about all the money that brings into that area. Like, of course, those fucking cops are going to shut that shit down too sweet. Thank you, Valina. I appreciate the 1750.
All right, so we were going to do some snooze. Why don't we do that? Oh. Emma Corrin, I still don't know who that is. Go stylishly pantless. That's a new style. Look, no pants.
Man.
She's got
hold on. I'm not sharing what you got.
leggings on.
Oh, no, I am.
Yeah,
okay.
you are.
Okay.
The new Daredevil's looking fucking terrible, isn't it?
That was good. If this is woke Daredevil, especially in green, I mean, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? It's like, yeah. Ball head Daredevil. Female edition.
I wish I was blind.
I love the pantless style. I was like, is this really a style? Yes. Yes, it is. They went to the fashion show to identify the fucking...
No. No.
I just love that you can identify where they got it from and what designer name it is that they're sporting and paid to sport at this festival. What film festival? You mean fashion show? What the fuck is the point in even... Good Lord.
It's not... I really hope it doesn't catch on. And not only is it fucking stupid, but also that is the most disgusting shade of green.
Yeah, do you want some fucking Four Loko poop green? No.
You're not wrong. It is. I never really stopped to think about that, but that is a brown green, isn't it? It's not a vibrant forest green. It's not like a morning mint light green. It's just,
That's a sickly green.
Sickly. That's a good. I was going to say it's not baby poop green. It's not, but it's sickly.
Baby poop green. Mate, I'm telling you, fashion designers are sat there going like, let's see what we can make them do next.
Oh, I mean, when you're a fashion designer and the whole industry, as I'm told, is run by women and gay men. And I hear that over and over again, and that seems about right because it's like we're out of ideas. And why are you wearing panties underneath your panties? Like it looks like you're wearing oversized granny swim trunks underneath your whatever.
Is this a woman or a gay man? I don't know.
From the neck, shoulders down, it looks like a woman.
Yeah, but then from the waist down, I'm not. It's just not for me.
Because you don't think it's a woman?
When Superman did it, it was classy, right? But when regular people...
Are you sure? I don't know. Superman was doing the old school strongman thing. You know what I mean? The old world strongman thing, where it's like, I can lift a plank with 3 women on it. Watch. And that's what Superman was dressed up like.
Yeah. That looks like a dude. That's whatever.
That's what I mean. But like, you know, the underwear over the tights. Just let Superman do it. This is not for us regular humans. And there's a reason for that.
That's a good line for fashion criticism, actually. I like that. This is not for non-Kryptonians. What's going on here?
Right? It looks fun. And also, right, why are you wearing like basically tighty greenies? But with long sleeves on your arms. Like, make your fucking mind up.
Aura.
Hold on, George.
I'm Sagittarius. What's your sign?
Shut the fuck up! Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it. You say Christ is Lord. Get out!
Ew, harsh.
Kimberly, thank you for the 1750. I totally forgot that donation was there at all. I clicked the wrong link. I will say tribal cops are dicks to outsiders here in Arizona. The one group has Raptors and loaded Jeeps for patrol vehicles. Really? Tribal police are rolling hard, man. I don't picture them all tacticaled out, but I guess they can be, especially in Arizona.
Yeah, they're all wearing this.
Tactical underwear?
Tactical.
And the tactile neck?
The tactile neck is legit. I had to get rid of all my tactile necks.
You know, if I was busting my balls last night, I was making fun of this insane person that killed somebody and then escaped from a British insane asylum and then killed a bunch more people. And
They'd started a YouTube channel.
hey, the picture of him, like it was all like late 60s, early 70s. So the hair, the clothes, I love the 70s for clothes, man. Every photograph's like a time capsule to awkward hair bags. It's fantastic. But the man was wearing a turtleneck in each and every picture. And I started making fun of it. She goes, "You got turtlenecks?" And I said, "No, I got mock necks." She goes, "Those are turtlenecks." I'm like,
With mock turtles.
and that's what I said. No, it's mock neck is mock turtleneck. Okay, it goes. Hey, Sin, let me fill you in on that. You don't want to wear the dress shirt underneath, like the suit jacket. You know, you're wearing the suit pants, suit jacket. You don't want to wear the shirt. You don't want to wear the tie. Try a mock neck, man.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
visual image of that is that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
And
I had to
Makes you
get
look
rid of
like
all.
Silicon Valley millionaire.
I had to get rid of all my like super dressy clothes a few weeks ago because none of them fit me anymore. I look like I'm wearing my fucking dad's clothes.
I lifted. It's not my original idea, man. I got it from The Sopranos. Whoever did the wardrobe, the male wardrobe on Sopranos, was, firing on all cylinders. It was still. It looked classy and good, but still with a little, I don't know, mob panache, I guess.
It's Bond villain chic.
I like that. I could roll with that. Yeah, Bond villain chic. Yeah. BBC, baby. So I decided to coin a new phrase. There's like, just to avoid confusion, there's the British turtleneck, which is the one that actually folds. And then, and then there's the mock neck or regular turtleneck, which the tactile neck is part of. Yeah. British lunatic. So if you watched, if you watched Noir Bar, we did do one.
Oh, I know. I remember this.
Yeah, we did this on Friday, and I tweeted this out. I wanted to bring this picture back up because I cannot tell you how much I found this house disturbing. This particular room, there were...
Yeah, it's very odd.
And you know what's weird? When you got Cult of Krill saying, "How did you get in my basement?" And it's like, see?
I'm just amazed at how, like, clean the carpet is. Like, obviously, but photographers coming around. Let me whip the vacuum round real quick. Don't want it to look weird in here.
Yeah, I don't want it to look unusual.
Right? We've got to keep up impressions. Slide the Tupperware container underneath the chaise longue so no one sees it.
And isn't that interesting that they got one lady here, whatever, mannequin, posed on the chaise longue, and the other one standing off? And I'm not convinced those aren't ladies that aren't dripped in some sort of plastic.
What is actually really getting me is that the one that is draped on the chaise longue has a bruise on her head, Polly. Like, what is going on?
I see it now that you pointed out. Thank you for making it even more disturbing. Well done. Well done.
What if you you woke up in the middle of the night, needed to piss, and you have to walk through here, and you just see the silhouettes of... I would freak out every night, especially if they've moved. If I knew who lived here, I would sneak in every night and just move one of them slightly.
That's not bad. Do you think you would notice? I think he would.
One in the bathroom, so when you turn the light on... Well, I mean, all your
one
bathroom
shot from the opposing angle that's going to the back of the room, and I could have sworn, and I was keeping up the idea for like 10 minutes straight. No, that person you see standing in the doorway, they're like, "It's another mannequin, far and somewhere." I'm like, no, that's the dude. That's the renter who owns all these fucking mannequins hiding in the background. I had to import the image over to Photoshop and like blow it up, and no, it was a mannequin. But we saw something more disturbing. We saw something more disturbing. I fully admit I was wrong. It wasn't
more.
It was another mannequin on the floor, completely unclothed, in a pose of laying seductively on the ground.
Yeah.
And there were no other pictures from inside that room, but there were pictures from every other room in the house. What the fuck was going on in that room? An armless lady watching and a naked lady on the ground.
But yet, all of them are clothed. None of them are wearing the tactical turtle green pants.
There is a lot of green
Which is
there, though. Yeah, it was just disturbing overall.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, to quote Detective Ray Valcoro, "I don't know what's happening there, but there's some fucked up psychology at work. I can tell you that much."
I agree.
How's the one on the right even? Because the foot is against the wall. That means it's like nailed to the floor.
Maybe it's got one of those things you've seen where they're on like a little
balance.
platform platter for one foot. I've seen that for mannequins and
in
department stores back when I was a kid, because I'm not really certain if department stores still exist.
That's what that Tupperware the Tupperware container underneath this shows. Like it's just full of mannequin glue.
Yeah.
Got to keep it on hand.
So we're into September. You know what that means, right? Pumpkin spice Twinkies.
Oh,
Of course.
Fucking hell.
Limited edition. Get them while they last.
Good.
I saw this at the store.
I could see this being okay, especially if you dipped it in your coffee. Why wasn't this one of the first ideas? Why is this one of the last?
I have had a Twinkie. Sinatra sent me a Twinkie.
Uh-huh.
And I tried a Twinkie. I was not a fan. It didn't look, feel, nor taste like food.
No,
Food
they're really not good.
They're not. Food is a natural thing. Food grows from the earth, or you use that food to feed other food and then eat it. But God had no hand in the creation of Twinkies.
No, the creation of Twinkie is literally like 90% chemicals and 2% flour with 8% magic in there.
Yeah, it's like the elephant's foot, the fucking base of fucking Chernobyl.
Yeah, the drip from the core.
Right?
I think that's like 0.2% of a Twinkie, actually.
Am I the only one that thinks that the cream in the center here doesn't look like it's supposed to be like tasty whipped cream kind of thing or spice creamy filling? Where here it looks like, honestly, really old Thousand Island dressing.
Really? Because I thought it looks like biscuits and gravy.
Yeah,
It looks like the
chunky
shit they
is what I'm
feed
getting at.
RoboCop.
Yeah, I could see that. Some classic chicken gravy. Yeah, it's like it's got chunkers in it. It's not okay. Perhaps old ranch dressing that was in the sun too long, maybe?
Who can honestly say that white people don't have a culture when we come up with shit like this?
Amen.
Yeah, no, this is white culture and
This is so white.
civilizing half the world and all that stuff.
As a friend of mine once said, he goes, "Oh, this is another example of microwave culture." He kept saying that. This is all instant microwave
That's
culture.
Good fucking. I'm gonna
Yeah, I like
steal
that.
that term.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. He said, because where he comes from, he's a transfer student. He's like, this just doesn't exist. Like, the cup of soups that the small version of like Campbell's soup that you would stick in the microwave. And it's
Yeah.
got the little,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was a foreign concept to him. And he's like, so it's a single serving soup. Yeah. And he's like, microwave culture is weird. I'm like, it's funny you say that. This is supposed to go in the microwave. He's like, I know, I get that. It's even got the lid for it. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, but it's metal. I'm like, but it's metal that can go in a microwave. And he's like, see my point?
I mean, here we boil water in the kettle and then pour it into it. So, but we have kettles here. So I guess kettle culture. But then I think we've evolved beyond microwave culture. We're deep into air fryer culture.
We are an air fryer culture, and
Yes,
there
we
is
are,
no
sir.
place else I would rather be.
With a side of rice cooker. My cup of tea went cold the other day, and I don't have you can just stick it in the microwave, nuke it for a minute, and bang, your cup of tea's refreshed again. But I don't have a microwave, so I actually air fried my cup of tea.
Oh my
You know what?
God.
I can appreciate
Oh my
that. I can. That's
I enjoy that
resourceful.
solution.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
It was not good.
I would assume not, because do you clean your air fryer?
I mean, as Polly would tell
Okay,
you,
so
I
I'll
have
take that as a no.
the fat of 1,000 animals. I did clean it the other day, and yeah, sometimes I do. But I
Okay,
treat it
so-
like the ashes of a barbecue. That's where the flavour is.
Let me ask you this,
Huh.
Drunkle. If you had nothing but loose leaf tea, so you had to put it in either just loose into the cup or in a tea ball, whatever, and you had to heat your water on a kettle, but on a wood burning or coal burning stove or whatever. You had to do it Victorian or back style. Would you appreciate your cup of tea more?
As an Englishman, I don't think it's possible for me to appreciate a cup of tea more. You see, there's a saying. It used to be "spill the beans," as into give up the gossip.
Gotcha.
And microwave culture has changed it into "spill the tea." Now we don't say that over here because spilling tea is an arrestable offence.
So you're trying to say no matter how you make a cup of tea, regardless of the preparation, it's equal level of peak.
I mean, dude, like I've had some terrible, you guys go like, oh fuck, you get like a cup of coffee from a machine, you're like, oh my god, this coffee's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I've had some awful. You go over to a friend's house, you're a cup of tea. Oh, I'd love a cup of tea, love, thank you very much. And they give it to you, and you look at it, it's fucking milky white, and you're like, a tea bag died for this. This is fucking disgusting.
Well, okay, let me
But
ask
you still finish it.
let me ask the fellow man bound by freedom, Sinatra. You're a black coffee guy, right?
Yes.
Now, if you
As am I.
had to go through, you're also black coffee, Drunkle?
Yeah.
Cool,
Just pure bean
good.
juice. No milk, no sugar.
I can dig it. Nice. Black coffee all around. So, Sin, if you were put in the position of heating up the coffee, like I said, by flame, wood, coal burning stove or whatever, right? And you had to hand grind the beans in one of them devices from like 1900 and back, would you appreciate your cup of coffee
Mortar
more?
and pestle.
Yeah, or that. Yeah, going real old school.
Yeah, I've got one right there.
Would you appreciate it more?
Maybe.
I think I
there's a difference. I mean, you're grinding up your own beans. That is a ritual. That's awesome.
Did I grind or did I grow my own beans?
No, you didn't. You bought them from the general store after you rode into town to pick up some
I bought
provisions.
them from the tinker that was riding through on the back of his horse.
Yes.
I mean, look.
It was in a
you've gotta buy
burlap
some
sack
from
and it
Tinker,
simply said
mate. Like,
beans,
Yeah.
comma, coffee on it. Yes.
it can't be rude to a tinker.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'll tell you why. Because if I have a cup of so I got a Keurig machine, and if I don't have beans, well, I have to resort to the Keurig cups, right? The K cups. Yeah, it's still coffee, and yeah, I still enjoy it. It's not bad as long as you pick the right coffee to go in there. But it is a completely different experience than having a French press cup.
Agreed. Yeah.
That first cup poured off of a proper French press done right with a chunky grind of your own beans and
Left to brew, nice.
Yeah.
I'm 100%. Mine broke the other day, but I was cleaning it. I'm fucking devastated. But we don't call it a French press over here either because it's, we avoid saying the word French. It's a coffee squeezer. I got to get a new one.
I can live with that, actually.
Seriously, some of the best fucking coffee is when you're sat there and you're watching it going like, come on.
Yeah,
Daddy needs his juice.
Sinatra should be the most offended of all. The French press is of Italian design. The robbery. The robbery.
Yeah.
It's just,
It's fine. Our coffee's still better. I don't mind.
So,
I mean, the
move on.
Keurig, the K-Cups, they are nice, but it's just, I mean, it is effectively a pumpkin spice Twinkie, isn't it? Because they've all got such, like, fucking wanky flavors. And sometimes you just want a fucking cup of joe, mate.
Yeah.
I just
You don't
do
sit there and be
Italian.
like,
I do the
vanilla.
K-cup.
You said about it. You were going to send me some K-Cups, but I don't have one of those things because I'm not middle class.
I do the K-cup gimmick, and my go-to is either Black Mountain Magic something or whatever Italian dark roast is on hand.
Yeah, Italian dark roast sounds fucking fine, but when you go like Black Mountain Magic, I'm afraid you've lost me, sir.
No, it's just a very good dark roast.
It's not too gay for you? What's the problem?
The brand is called like Mountain something Mountain, and it's the shit. Hold on, I'll fucking look it up.
Well, while you're doing that, I can tell you this: the not only do you know it's into September because pumpkin spice everything, but also happens in September. That's right, Drunkle. It's my birthday.
Oh, it's
Oh, I was
Green
gonna say,
Mountain. I
kids
get
go
the
back to
Green
school.
Mountain dark roast.
Green Mountain Dark Roast. There it is. Like Green Mountain 1022 barrels that I've been looking at. They make coffee too. That's amazing. Gun parts and coffee.
It's like Yamaha.
Yeah. Or fucking what's that Korean company called? Daewoo. They make everything from
Suzuki?
tanks to guns to speakers to cars.
Air fryers. They make air fryers.
Daewoo makes air fryers too.
They do, yeah. Because I saw it. Because I thought my air fryer was broken, but it turns out I just didn't. I unplugged it.
You could tell me that Daewoo makes satellite optics technology, and I'd be like, what about it?
Yeah.
I'd believe you.
But so I was looking at air fryer. I found because it was on offer at Morrison's the Daewoo double, 2 drawers, Sin, on this air fryer. The Daewoo double.
That's a family air fryer.
I mean, you could air fry a whole family in that bad boy.
That's-
It was broken right now, so I could buy this.
And Big Dro, thank you very much for the happy birthday, the early happy birthday. Greatly appreciated. And I was telling people about that on
Nice.
Friday because I just realized, we crossed over into September and I didn't even fucking clue in because the last time I wrote the month was still August. So yeah, September 14th, greatest day of 365 days you could possibly be born in. Some other illustrious individuals were also born on September 14th. And there's a huge moment of American history that Valine pointed out to me I didn't realize happened on September 14th. So I will be making a big fucking deal out of that. Spanish. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It was suggested to me that I do the 12 days of Polly because it was 12 days away from my birthday at the time was the 2nd. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, but that's not going to stop me relentlessly talking about it. Drunkle. Sorry, go ahead.
Are you, how old are you turning, Polly?
Old enough.
Fair enough, right, yeah.
37.
Oh, yeah, I turned 37 in December.
Because we're the same age, as
Wait,
we've
do I?
established
Yeah, I
multiple
did.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, but also you tell stories about the 70s, so no one ever really knows, do they?
I tell stories about the 70s because I'm like mildly fixated. But to be honest, I'm more fixated on the 40s, and I was way not born then either.
I was even more not born.
Yeah.
It was a Doc through $1 said, speaking of pumpkin spice, I was making a joke at work the other day about this and was informed that it is in fact real. And then he sends me a link to something. It's something called Love Pinks, H2O flavored lube, water flavored lube in pumpkin spice. Yes, for your sexual sexcapades in September. You've got, for the low price of $9.95, H2O flavored lube in pumpkin spice. Jesus Christ, thanks for that, Doc. And now Richard, the unsubscriber, through $3 for the Ricky Spanish, says, we could be getting laid every Wednesday with the times we go into banter before continuing a news story. And yet, no bingo card. Why does Polly hate to get laid, drunkle? Unsubscribe. I have not seen Richard the unsubscriber for a hot goddamn minute. Welcome back, man.
Is Richard, the unsubscriber, trying to tell me that there's a connection between bingo and getting laid that I didn't know of?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's the
boy.
Monday AAA bingo cards. If we get a line, then everybody gets laid.
Really?
That's the prize.
That's a hell of a prize you're giving away. I mean, it makes you a prosecutable procurer, but other than that,
Yeah.
it is a hell of a prize.
Takes me the rest of the week to do it all as well, mate.
I would imagine. So yeah, yeah. Thank you to all the people. Happy birthday, and well, yeah, like I said, I'll be doing some fun stuff for that and getting my ass in gear and actually creating new donations and other stuff like that. People are you going to do like a 24-hour live stream? No, it's on a Thursday, I believe. So I think I'm just going to leave it till the next day, Friday, and get, blind stinking drunk, or as I call it, building some liver tolerance, on Thursday, and then on Friday, it'll be the hair of the dog that bit me, and just streaming into the wee hours, that kind of thing.
There you
do a
go.
24-hour stream on your birthday. Why would he? He's not punishing himself for aging. Don't do it
Yeah, no
again.
shit.
Well, I don't consider the 6-hour stream punishment. As a matter of fact, people are like, how'd you do that? And it's like, it's Sam's fault. He just keeps talking. It lulls you in with his tones, that damn French.
I understand. The guy is he's vocal sex.
Yeah. Too bad for him it doesn't transfer over to the actual thing. Oh, here we go. The Daily Star. USS Nimitz UFOs could be tracking whales when encountering jet fighters. You think they were actually tracking whales? I don't think whales can turn at like a 90-degree angle.
Right, so the USS Nimitz found UFOs.
So they thought, but it's more like after looking at their data, it very well could be they were just tracking a pod of whales.
So I read this as the UFOs were tracking whales.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. But the Nimitz found UFOs that say they could have been tracking whales, or the UFOs that Nimitz found were whales. I mean, if this is a Daily Star, they're not well known for hiring geniuses.
I think since initial takeoff, this was right. I did not read this article. Well, I mean, it's the Irish Star. Why would I have? You know what I mean?
It's the Irish Star.
This is another. Goddamn.
I'm having fun busting balls on the few groups that are fun to bust balls. They're still permissible to bust balls on. For some reason, the Irish can still get it. So can the Polish.
The lack of punctuation here leaves a lot to the imagination.
Yeah, but I think you're right, because it brings in the Star Trek 4 thing. It says, and the answer, and it's straight out of Star Trek. Now that fucking makes sense in the original story I was reading off of it. So Star Trek 4, there are no whales in the future. They're all extinct because of evil humanity. It's a giant environmental tale, because that shit's been around for, propaganda. It's not new. The whales die off, and the aliens come to find out what happened to the whales we lost contact with, because they've been communicating with them through whale songs this whole time. So they have to go back in time to get some whales to stop this alien probe from destroying Earth at Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. And that's what I think they're talking about here. Yeah, the UFOs were tracking whales because they're talking with them. They find them more interesting than us. Which, I don't know. Have you been on TikTok? I agree. The whales are more interesting. Okay, moving on. Investigation reveals a tie of a medical plant in Ohio drug trade.
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. And what is the plant? It's a small plant costing people of Ohio a lot of money, in some cases laying them in jail. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources just spent years looking into illegal trading of ginseng or green gold. Because it's like a herbal under CDC law. Did you know that ginseng is actually federally regulated?
I had no fucking clue.
And they're trading a black market green gold or fucking ginseng plants?
Fucking hell. There's a black market of everything, isn't there?
Yeah. Have you, as soon as you try and regulate something, a black market for it immediately crops up since the beginning of all trading economies the world round. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to make this a 2A thing again. It's almost like when you regulate and prohibit something, a black market pops up. And then what do the regulations continue on?
It is shocking.
Yeah. What do the regulations keep pushing on? The legal market. Does that create a further black market? Well, yeah, it does.
Goddamn right it does.
So the only way to crack down on the black market trade of guns is to regulate the legal market again. Wait, hold on. But this is just creating more of a larger black market. Yes. Well, I know how to solve that problem.
It is
more regulation on the legal market.
It's insanely delicious, the lack of these people's critical thinking skills.
There's a really old question in political science. Do people make the decisions that they do because it's what they want, people that are in policy-making decisions? Or are they limited to such a range of levers of power that they simply do what they can? They're maneuvered and bound to make certain policy decisions because of the limited levers of power that they have at their disposal. Or are they actually making the decisions they want to? I tend to fall towards the lever of power thing. What?
I just want some fucking ginseng, man.
Well, think about when there's a problem out there in society, what do legislators respond with? Law. They literally only have one lever of action. Legislation. It's kind of in their name, legislators. Of course, their solution is always another law. The problem is when they convince people that they can legislate a perfect world, which they all try and do. And yeah, I'm going to be blunt here. Conservatives say the answer is not more government, it's less government. It's deregulation and only the laws that we absolutely need to secure contracts and individual rights. Everything else beyond that is just government overreach. Yeah, that's why I tend to fall on that side of the lane.
I 100% agree with you on that. And this, I think this, I can reach across the political gap and shake hands with conservatives on this. Yeah, the smaller governments are a lot better because, let's face it, every law that comes in is encroaching on the liberties that you have and in many cases take it for granted. And when really, like, a lot of these laws could just be replaced with just common sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of like, oh, heroin's illegal, how about just don't, like, inject drugs? Just use your head on that way. Instead of making something illegal, how about you just go, mate, come on, don't be an idiot. Just try not to die.
When you have something that's so powerfully addictive as fentanyl or heroin, to make it legal and everywhere because of people that are going to, well, I mean, is ginseng powerfully addictive? I don't know.
We'll never know.
I wouldn't imagine so.
Legislation.
Are there people creating their own bullshit patched together submarines to be able to escape U.S. border security for ginseng? There are for heroin.
Probably not yet.
Yeah.
What we need is some tobacco scientists, to branch out and create a highly addictive ginseng plant. That'll create the new market we're looking for. So we were talking about this before we started. The lab data suggests new COVID booster will protect against the worrisome variant.
That's an odd name, isn't it? But they went Delta, Omega variant. Now we've got worrisome variant. I guess it was only a matter of time.
Yeah. Yeah, we should just start giving it names. Like, the Omicron variant sounds imposing. Like, how about the next one? It's like the Mantis variant.
The Mantis? That's, yes.
Yeah, and following that, the Cerberus variant. Go straight mythological.
Oh my god, yeah, of course, fucking shit, COVID Kraken is out.
Yeah. You just take some, like, firearms marketing thinking off of it. The 50 Beowulf, the 450 SOCOM,
the Sirocco bullet. You know, think about that.
The Sidewinder variant.
Yeah, you know, it sounds like it's
Super Mecha Ultra Killer 3000.
yes. Go sci-fi. Scientists have produced the first data indicating a variant has raised alarm is unlikely to pose a big new COVID-19 threat. Now, that being the case, it's not going to cause a big threat. How do they still insist that you get the booster? Well, it's contained within the story. It's the last booster that provided the protection for this newest variant. So get the new booster because that will protect against the future variant. Wow.
This is like every time you open up OBS and it says, "Hey, do you want to install a new update?" Well, when we're all like, "No, I don't regret taking it."
We're boring, Polly.
You know what isn't boring? Local news.
Snickers.
And it's,
yeah,
it's local news when it's not actually that local, but it sure as fuck reads like it. A Lake man arrested for Snickers bar battery. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I love this story. It's so short.
Did he attack someone with a Snickers bar?
That's
or did he power a cock with a Snickers
someone's
bar?
more than one.
Really?
Yeah, he was arrested and accused of pelting several Walgreens employees with Snickers candy bars during an early morning confrontation. A highly intoxicated 23-year-old Noi Idol became agitated when employees of the Clearwater Gardens, Walgreens rather, refused to sell him a box of cigarettes. A box of cigarettes? You mean a carton or a? Anyway,
several cartons.
I guess yeah, it was a box of cartons.
Carton box. And then
That's why he
panic.
was refused. He was trying to buy like several thousand cigarettes in the 5:30 a.m. Angered by the refusal, Idol allegedly became irate and threw Snickers bars at the store's manager, hitting them in the face. Another store employee rushed over to help and ordered Idol to leave the store. In response, he threw several Snicker bars at the employee, striking them in the chest.
Oh, no.
He later told police he didn't mean to throw the candy bars directly at the employees, but footage showed that Idol's intentional when he directed the Snickers bars. He was very intentional with his direction of the Snickers bars.
It's obvious.
It's kind of hard to. Then I'll say it for you. And further bore Polly, the smart ones who took the poke, we regret it deeply. It's not like there's that you're stuck with that shit, man. And it is what it is.
What are you regretting? Taking a fucking... You were vaccinated with shit from shit when you were little anyway, so people are
Yeah,
going,
that's stuff that we know works and was approved by the FDA. This is some shit that was just plopped out in less than a year and has been shown to have some very iffy side effects to a lot of fucking people. No.
I appreciate the rostering thing, but I still thought they did it.
No, God, no. And as part of the law, the companies that made them are I forget what the word is, but you cannot sue them. You can't see one of those things in 50 years where it said, did you take the Pfizer, the Moderna thing? You may be entitled to compensation. No, they just can't be sued.
I guess it's good when it came along. I took the poke. That's it. None of the boosters, and it was Johnson & Johnson. That's how early it was.
Yeah, I didn't go boosters or so because I was just kind of sick of because you have to get there and then there's a line and you fucking sat there waiting. And I'm like, come on, man, I took some time off of work for this.
I couldn't enter buildings without it.
See, yeah, there you go. See, that's the thing. Yeah, I did because mine was Moderna, so I had to have one and then I had to have another one later. But then when it was like, all right, it's time for your booster shot, I went, nah, you're all right. Nothing.
They tested it on millions of people. Yeah, eventually.
That's good. Polly, was there? Please tell me that there is some semblance of a snappy one-liner that this guy did before he threw the Snicker bars, like "Get some nuts," or something
Get
like that.
these nuts.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Right?
We don't. I'm sorry. It kills me where it's like he threw him in the one person's face, another person intervened, and he threw him at their chest. He said he didn't mean to do anything, but it showed the footage revealed he was very intentional where he directed the Snickers bars. This reads like local podunk town. You know what I mean? Population 50. The Snickers barrage is.
Oh yeah, they'll be talking about this for months now, Polly.
Like speaking of the barrage. I told somebody a story that they found hilarious, and I'm like, I didn't really think it was all that funny, but Hear me out. It relates to candy bars and whatnot. My dentist, every time I go there, they'll do the x-ray of your teeth and they'll put the giant, super weighty leather apron on you before they take the x-ray.
yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. They only do it occasionally for you?
They don't have dentists.
We do. Unfortunately, they've stopped doing NHS. There's a bit of a fucking crisis going on at the moment, which is a shit considering my fucking tooth got fucked up when I got punched in the fucking side of the head from behind. I've had a tooth x-ray once, but I recently had a face x-ray, so I guess that counts.
Sin, when you go for a checkup, don't you get x-rays of your teeth?
Not at the doctor.
Well, not the doctor, but I mean at
the dentist.
At the dentist.
Oh,
He's only had one teeth x-ray in his life. That strikes me as odd.
Every once in a while.
So why didn't I flinch?
Why didn't you flinch?
Because the laws of
You're an arrogant
science
retard.
Fundamental.
Fuck you! Damn right. Gamer Valine, thank you for the $17. Oh! So, after a weekend of dotting my pupperoo.
Doting.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it would be double T for dotting, wouldn't it? Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so after a
Yes, it
weekend
would,
of
Sin.
doting on my pupperoo, this is a reenactment of his skull meeting with the noose of the person. Noose. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jeez.
no.
English is tough today, man. This is a
Nose.
reenactment of his skull meeting the nose of the person that slighted him. My dog got revenge for my ire and rage last week. Yeah, you think
Dog's got your back, mate.
Yeah. You think when a dog bites someone that the person doesn't like, they're sad? No, I don't think they're sad at all. Any more than Valine is at this person getting a headbutt from the dog.
Mm.
Fuck yeah.
Tasenko said sin for PB president. I don't know what PB is.
Peanut
Yeah,
butter.
but
Right, Drunkle. See? Yeah.
Is that what they
It's,
meant?
also,
though? I know
lead.
PB is peanut butter.
No, I don't think that's what they
Lead.
meant. It's the only
Plum
thing I
bum.
could think of. Oh, right. Lead president. PB. Good call. Yeah, Drunkle's up there on the periodic table.
But biggest circle in my pedantic history. I can fully say that I am the only person who has been endorsed by Tucker Carlson, but that's in the thing that we haven't seen yet.
Oh.
Oh, Sanko says it's pure blood.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Pure
So
blood
it's like
president, yeah.
you'd be the president of the American Ministry of Magic in the Harry Potter novels.
I mean, I like the idea of a PB president, pure blood, but I'm not opposed to a peanut butter president either, and I don't know why.
It would be Mr. Peanut, wouldn't it? Or President Peanut in this case.
I don't know, man. With that monocle and top hat, he's kind of fucking, aristocratic.
Mm.
He doesn't seem like he'd do very well in
Yeah,
the American market.
Does reek of nepotism, doesn't it, in the
Yeah.
peanut community?
Yeah, blue blood over there. It's
Mm.
fuck. You cut him and he keeps bleeding. Anyway, moving along.
Nutopism?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Man damaged 16th century Florence fountain while climbing it for a selfie. The latest example of tourists wrecking things. Now he snapped a piece of the chariot right off. Let's watch this fucker do this just to get a fucking selfie photograph. Look at him going up there.
Yeah.
Just climbs right over. Fuck it. Yeah. Now, notice how many
Jesus
steps he had to
Christ.
take over the security gate, right? And then he climbing up on the chariot. And he busts a piece of the chariot off to get next to the statue of Neptune here. And then busts a piece off of Neptune himself while he's climbing back down. Now, how different is this than a man reaching out to touch a painting? I would argue very.
Oh, Polly.
Okay, look, thousands of dollars of damage. $5,300 worth of damage to this historic monument.
Good God.
I genuinely did not see that coming.
This is a priceless piece of history. Look at the damage this man wrought.
Well, do we have a picture of what broke? Could it have just been solved with some super glue?
Runkle over there.
Oh, that got me. That came out of the darkness, man. I didn't. Oh, you got me.
Hey, could it be? I looked it up. They're going to use, that I think it's fascinating stuff where you can grind marble right down to dust and then mix it with resin, and it basically becomes moldable marble.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it is really cool stuff. You can buy statues off of Amazon that are more or less marble, but they're really injection molded powdered marble mixed with resin. And it has not the same resiliency as solid stone, obviously, that was put together over tens of thousands of years of sediment action, but it's still tough as fuck, and you don't have to carve shit. Fucking fantastic. And that's, I was reading about this, and that's what they're going to do to fix the statue, is use some marble resin to. So yeah, more or less, they super glued it back on, man. Yeah.
Who's the poly cement? You know, the shit you use for fucking Warcraft figurines. Warhammer. I like a fountain. I do like a fountain. Lots of fountains in the UK. But the thing is, like, you're not allowed in the fountains, which I do not like. Because the reason there's a fountain there is so, you know, your street walking whores can have what they call a whore's bath in the morning.
My God.
But now you're not allowed to water.
Well, I'll walk by and I'll see like a street fountain and some kid splashing around in there because their parent turned their eye for a cold. So you trying to tell me some whore was washing in that the night before?
No. I mean, but we're talking like Victorian times. That's generally what they were used for. Yeah. So people who could not bathe at home could still bathe. Because you don't want a dirty prostitute.
No, if you're gonna fuck a hooker, you want her to at least wash it once a week in the river.
Right, a quick rinse around the key areas at the very least, you know. But now, like, he stepped over to say, if there was like security around, obviously the statue in the middle, very expensive, very beautiful, good fucking piece of art right there. All right, cordon that off. But don't not let people in the fountains, especially like, can you imagine on a very very hot summer's day? You're just like, oh my God, it is sweltering. This is horrible. I'm just gonna go and sit in the fountain for a minute.
Okay.
Why not? But now you're not allowed to. I've gone through the city centre before, and there was fucking two drunk guys who were just in the fountain, just splashing each other. Polly, they were having the best time of their lives. Fucking
And you
police came
saw
over and
this?
told them yeah, I was walking past, yeah.
So they were
They
just splashing each other with every homeless person in the area's piss.
No, there was maybe, but no. I mean, homeless people just piss on the ground now. They don't go to a fountain.
No, they'll go to the fountain and piss.
Well, obviously your homeless people are a lot classier than my homeless people.
Not the San Franciscans. I mean, they might piss in the fountain, but they shit in the street.
Yeah, okay. I like a bit of variety. But then the police came over and said, "Oh, get out of the fountain, mate." And I'm like, but why? They weren't harming anyone or anything like that, and they certainly weren't causing any damage to it. It just came over and went, "Oh, you're having too much fun."
It's no fun allowed.
Mm.
To be honest, that's how I imagine most British police, that robot and the no fun allowed meme.
I mean, it's not far from the truth.
Okay, let's watch a bunch of fucking. It's not fun to laugh when harm comes to people, but I think it's sometimes permissible, like right here.
Actually, oh God!
Sorry, it's funny to me. Look at them all swimming back to shore. Now, if I heard somebody,
Everyone's fine though.
to forward Sin's point, if I had heard somebody drowned or was seriously injured, they weren't, I would find it not funny. I'd be like, oh, damn it. But all these assholes just took, a dunk in the drink. Wait a minute, you went on some old
fine.
You went off on some old shitty wharf for a fucking selfie of all you idiots out on fucking Labor Day vacation. And against all expectations, the rotting wood of this shitty wharf collapsed under the weight of everyone that could possibly stand on it.
This is what happens when you lose at Wipeout.
Sorry, go back to the woman stood in front of the screen there. Terrifying collapse. It's not, is it? Everyone was fine.
Yeah, I love sensationalism, honestly.
Are you trying to say denim-clad lady is exaggerating?
But also, you could have gone a little petrifying pear collapse.
That is denim-clad. Holy shit.
Yeah, she really is.
Petrifying pear peril.
You notice the brass buttons to simulate the rivets that go... It's denim all the way,
Oh my
baby.
God, yeah. Fuck, I bet they say Levi's, don't they?
What do they call it? A Canadian tuxedo? The all denim look?
Canadian tuxedo.
This kills me. I'm picturing like, oh my God. How did this happen to me? Like, I'm sure there's harrowing tales of having survived the calamity up on social media,
They'll be telling their grandchildren, we were fine until fucking Shannon came. Shannon, you fat bitch! You put everyone in a terrifying peer collapse.
They're already doing that with fucking Burning Man. I just literally saw one on fucking Twitter. It said, "Man had to walk through ankle-deep mud to escape Burning Man." I'm like, or just wait.
Escape.
Like, just wait a couple hours. It'll dry. That is how things work.
Dude, that happens at Glastonbury every year. Glastonbury is famous for the mud.
You know what? I think, I don't know why, but I think it just clicked in my head. So Twitter has started paying people. Like, you know, they get their little Twitter payout, whatever.
Okay.
And engagement farming tweets have gone right the fuck up. Ian Miles Chong is especially fucking heinous with this. But it's not just him. Engagement farming, tweeting out shit like, do you agree with this? What would you do with this? Would you support this? How do you do this? Et cetera, et cetera. I think the news is just trying to cash in because they all pay for the Twitter premium. So they're just posting these sensationalist fucking headlines because they know they not only get money from the ads that run on the page, but they're getting paid from Twitter. So sensationalism is going through the fucking roof.
I didn't know that Twitter had, okay, so other than the advertising that used to be on Twitter, what's the new way of payout? They just pay certain
advertising.
But they used to pay advertising fees. So what's the different policy?
No, they're paying people.
Just individuals separate from advertising, paying them.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. That is fucking different and odd.
So engagement farming has gone way the fuck up.
But who wants to do that? Like, where's the pride? You meet your fucking girlfriend's parents for the first time, and they're like, "So, Matthew, what do you do?" And you be like, "I tweet."
And I pay a Chinese phone bot farm to act like they're engaging when it's really just cyber stuff happening.
Yeah.
The Krasenstein posted that he got like 15 grand the first or second month that they put it out.
Fuck
it, I'll take it all back.
Is
it 15 grand a month?
Is it out of curiosity, if you know, is it an application process or is it like old school AdSense where they have to by invitation only?
I think you have to be getting a certain amount of engagement every month, and you have to be part of Twitter Premium.
Fuck. Whatever, man. That's just... Wow. X sinks lower. Who would have expected it? I'll tell you somebody who didn't expect something. This lady.
Holy shit. This is Final Destination.
I was just thinking that, man.
She's fine. Thus, it's hilarious. And again, back to your point, Sid. If she had been harmed, I'd be like, oh my God, that's a fucking nightmare. Because that's the difference. Nobody was harmed, someone was harmed. Who wishes harm on someone driving down the street? This is what she's doing on the highway. She doesn't even blame the person and isn't even looking for who did it because the person ahead of her just drove over some debris. It flicked up one of the pieces of metal from the fucking highway, and that's what happened.
Fuck.
So,
fucking hell.
Wait, you said she's not looking for her?
For the person, no, because she's like, my insurance will cover it and I'm fine, and the person didn't do it deliberately. They just
There's no actual culprit.
They just drove over some debris that wasn't off their car. It was just on the highway, and it caused one of the pieces to flip up and javelin right through her fucking windshield like that.
But now,
I was going to ask, what did she want the person to do?
Well, I don't think you'd find it too surprising that somebody who had this happen to their car would sue the person for mental distress and inability to work because of fear of driving from now on, and et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the news entertainer asked them the question, and it's not an unfair question. So, have you identified this person? And she said, no, I don't know who it was. And say, well, do you have the make of the car? Do you have the license plate? It's like, well, I'm not seeking them for civil damages. And they asked, why not? And that's when she said, because the person just drove over the debris. It was all over the highway. I drove over some of it immediately following, this pulled right the fuck over. It wasn't their fault. Can you imagine somebody taking that tagged in fucking litigious ass America now? This was in Maine.
I can. 100% I can. I mean, fucking the suing culture you guys have got is incredible. And but then also, fucking the government's going to want to fucking cover its own ass as well. And then say, right, so now we're mandating driving helmets.
Shut up, Drunkle. That's a fair point. I don't like the sound of it.
You got to get them directly from Moderna.
Yeah.
The Biden administration's new.
It's free to you, but at the low cost of $20,000 per helmet from the government.
Not only the helmets, I was thinking like, oh, we need new windshields, and the Biden administration has like triple thick windshields produced in China because environmentalism. If we built them here, we'd have to have an industry do it, and that would cause a carbon footprint. We don't care if China destroys the world, just us. And then we talk about how we want to save the world. Like wind farms. We could be green with the most ungreen process to possibly produce wind energy that can't be stored.
But it's green, but also stupid, like the first outfit in your first article.
Yeah.
Green but stupid.
Green but stupid.
Can't be stored. The farms can't be recycled. It's fantastic.
Right. And the process to create them was more damaging because it was done in a Chinese plant where they've spoiled all the fresh water they have from industrial usage. It's just
indeed. There was an article I had for Monday.
Stupid like this.
Is all gone into the ether now. Like that, green and stupid.
Yeah.
All gone into the ether. But it was, I think it was in Scotland where they had chopped down 19 million trees to make way for a wind farm.
Let's talk about all the chipmunks and squirrels and birds and caterpillars that lost their home. So anyway,
it's caterpillars, man.
Yeah, she's fine, and she ain't suing nobody because it was not the fault of the person ahead of me what happened. And it's like, yeah, when has that ever stopped anybody?
Yeah,
I don't think she was looking.
I appreciate that. It's a total Chad move on this woman's part.
Yeah, she's like, my insurance is covering it. What's the fucking problem? No, we need triple thick windshields to ensure that nothing, because we can legislate a perfect world. Speaking of an imperfect world, the troubles haven't gone away, Drunkle. The capital T troubles.
Oh, in Ireland?
That's right. Catholic officers asking if they should bring firearms to mass. What?
Oh my God.
Do you know why? This story, you have to read through it to find the fucking problem. It's like, what is going on here? Catholic officers in the police service of Northern Ireland have been asking if they should bring
It's pronounced Northern Ireland.
Is it?
Ireland.
Northern Ireland.
Kind of like
Ireland.
You see, you got it.
Northern
Ireland.
They've been asking if they should bring their personal firearms to mass, such as their concern in the wake of a disastrous data breach, MPs have been told. PSNI officers and civilian staff, them too, were part of the disastrous data breach, feel frightened and betrayed by their employer. Members of the representative bodies told the House of Commons in the Northern Ireland Affairs Committee. They provided what the committee's chair described as sobering testimony after the resignation of Monday of the chief constable and weeks of pressure over a series of issues, including a breach involving the personal information of more than 10,000 officers and support staff. That's what's at the core. Is it not only officers, but the typists and everybody else has had their information, including their address, all of their government relational ID, taxes and shit like that, and just who they are and who they're married to. All of that was part of this disastrous data breach. And now everybody knows who those Catholic officers are. And it's like, well, we're not safe anywhere. Maybe we should bring our guns to church too, because the troubles haven't ended.
They went for a long time. This is, look, guys, it's essentially the same fucking religion. Jesus Christ, chill out. You know?
I hear you. I hear you. Is it just? But they're lamenting the same thing you are, despite it being 25 years on from the Good Friday Agreement. We're finding police against a backdrop of a severe terrorist threat, and yeah, the threat is out there. And in reference to the data breach, it's impossible to put the genie back in the bottle. Yeah, once you've leaked all that information, they all know who you are. They have huge officer retention problems amongst Catholic officers, as well as recruitment problems. They just can't get anyone to join up. Gee, I wonder why. Now, the story just goes on and on and on about this and the protection.
Certainly does seem that way.
Yeah.
On.
Yeah. But the part that you're going to dig is... sorry, just looking for it. Probably should have ID'd it before. There it is. Halfway down through the story or more, he said morale among police officers has already been plummeting rapidly and recruitment has been a challenge even before the breach, in which a data set containing the personal details of officers and staff was mistakenly released in response to a Freedom of Information request. That's not a data. That's not a breach.
They just asked
Yeah.
They just asked for it.
Someone asked and they said okay and gave it to them. That's not a breach.
Oh my God! You're going back to the fucking IRA headquarters, going, Seamus, you're not gonna fucking believe this, mate.
They just gave it all to us.
They just fucking gave it to me, man.
I mean,
You're not gonna. Did you have to steal it? Did you kill anyone? I just walked in there. I had to fill out a form, waited 45 minutes, and walked back out with it.
they keep talking about the like.
There's no such thing as 45 minutes when dealing with governmental agencies, dude. I am so furious about this shit.
about waiting with the bureaucracy about this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll give you the quick and dirty of it. So we had the final probate court meeting for my mom's stuff yesterday, and it's not like we're not like we're dealing with thousands and thousands of dollars. It's literally like $1,100, and to get a lawyer through probate, it costs like $5, $6, $7, whatever $100.
Yeah.
So like, we're not going to get a fucking lawyer for that. So we filed the paperwork. We got in front of the judge. It's just the release of the stuff. And he goes, "Oh, you filled out the wrong form. You got to do it all over again."
Oh, yeah, yeah. You filled out the 41B form. You needed to fill out the 41B form. Bureaucracy, man. This is some bullshit, isn't it?
41B.B.
Mm. Thing is, like, because some people take such delight in this shit, like the proper Hermes comrades of the world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just looking at the time here to expedite matters along. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did talk about it. The man admits to an arson attack that killed 36. I think I went too far.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit.
you might have.
Yeah, he said this in a Kyoto court. The man who set the anime studio on fire because they had stole his art. So he finally is standing up in a Kyoto court and says, "I didn't think that many people would die. Oh, I didn't think so many people would die. Now I think I went too far."
So many. What your limit was 15.
Right. This
Yeah,
is
he just wanted to do a few.
tell me that something got lost in the translation from Japanese. Look at the building. You set fire to a building that was difficult for people to get out of? It's like, yeah, apparently it was an old shitty building and it didn't really have what you would call fire escapes exactly, or a trampling happened. 36 fucking people. That's a nightmare scenario. You know what I mean? Imagine trying to get out of a place. It's on fire. Everyone the lights are out because it burned the electrical conduits up to the fucking your floor. 36 fucking people from smoke inhalation and sizzling. This guy's, "I didn't think that many people would die." Well, how many did you want to die for art theft?
Give us a number. Like, give us an actual. How many did you want to die? Give us an actual number.
And actually,
what was your aim here, mate? You know,
Ex-Bubba Hotep, I wish it was 20 business days. We're looking at like the end of November, early December. Such a pain.
Boom. Oh, no, I don't want to do that one. Let's do this one. Man riding on tractor uses shotgun to blow the head off Buddhist neighbor sitting next to his dog in petty dispute over location of a mailbox.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
that headline has it all.
It does. This is why today's
All
show
missing
is
is romance.
wait, he did what to who now? That's a lot of these stories, but it's like, wait, why? Why did Kyoto man do this? Why did this guy blow the head off his neighbor over a fucking mailbox? An Indiana man sentenced to 60
next to his
years.
dog.
Yeah. For shooting his 70-year-old neighbor in the head. Now, personally, I think the fact the guy was fucking 70 is more important than that he was a Buddhist. I guess it's just to make him sound extra peaceful, but I think you can get there with 70 and make him sound non-threatening no matter what.
There's two bits of needless information here: Buddhist and sitting next to his dog.
They could have said 70-year-old Buddhist man sitting next to his pupper. It really pushed the non-threatening.
Yeah,
And the tractor as well. Why's the tractor involved in the headline as well? Like, was this man shoots neighbor over mailbox dispute?
Yeah, Randy Stephen Small, 58, shot his 70-year-old neighbor in Indiana.
Stephen Tall.
The judge says you shot him directly in the head at close range that resulted in the blowing off of his head. And then you left him in the truck. This was a dispute over property.
And you did it while on a tractor, while he was sat next to his dog.
But the dog's okay, right?
No, I mean that.
Like, that's
the reaction, though, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough.
It
blowing off his head.
Yeah, he believed that the little patch of land was theirs. It culminated with Randy tearing out and running over his mailbox. So both,
And he went, I'm not having this.
yeah. So here's
But then he
Bob
blew
on the
off his
right,
head
Randy on the left, and they both claimed that little patch of land was theirs. He put up a mailbox, so that's thus the tractor, I guess. He went and ran over it with his tractor. Fuck you, he put up a
And then
mailbox.
But he was later reported to say, in blowing off his head, I think I went too far.
I didn't think it would blow that much of his head off. The neighbor later testified that she never seen Small mow or bush hog with a firearm. Now, I know what mowing is. Bush hogging?
Bush hog.
Yeah, you got me. I'm far too much of
That
a
was my
city boy
nickname
to
in
get
high
that.
school.
I've never seen. Okay, so I thought it was. Mine was small. Sorry, I had to read that line. I'd never seen small. I thought small mow was a thing. What's a small mow? Is it like a raccoon?
Please tell no information
Oh,
of the
look,
possible
bush hog
shooting
verb.
victim. Yeah, and let's go over what happened. Whoa, whoa, that's a lot of detail.
It's to clear land of trees and brush. Bush hogging.
Oh, so it's just debrushifying.
It's debrushifying, yeah.
Bush hog. I'm gonna say that. I gotta
He's
go
talking to you.
Yeah, I gotta go
I know,
outside and
right?
bush hog a little bit. But what's
What have you
that?
been up to? Yeah, just bush hogging.
Yeah. All right, let's check this guy out. So there's a deputy in Polk County, Florida. Okay, sheriff's deputy. He's 22 years old.
Okay.
He's gunning it, as deputies are wont to do, in far excess of the speed limit. They don't know he's a police deputy. He's driving his own car, right? So they pull out and they start chasing him. Like, pull over, motherfucker. You're like wildly over the speed limit. So naturally, he speeds up. You're not pulling me over. I'm a cop.
That's
Right.
okay. Yeah.
It ends up going into excess of 90 miles per hour of the speed limit, and they eventually pull him over, at which point he refuses to open his door and everything like that. It starts into, and he ends up assaulting officers, DUI, the whole fucking 9 yards. You want to take a look at this fucking character? There he is. Sorry.
That is fantastic.
I'm sure you're wondering why not bringing the article up, because I think the mugshot is a punchline in and of itself.
He looks like Tony Soprano when he was young.
He doesn't look 22. The 15-year-old sheriff deputy with the, let's call it, special haircut.
Yeah. That is not a 22-year-old.
He resigned.
There is-
Not in a million years. Not in a million
There's
years.
a lot happening.
You know what that is, Drunk? I'm just seeing it now for the first time. It's kind of a Vulcan haircut.
And his name's
Well, I was
Jacob.
going to call that the Shemp special.
Nice. It is more Shemp than Vulcan. Good call. His name is Jacob Kite.
Jacobite.
Yes. Careful where you take that. Don't say it fast.
I was the
20-year-old Jacob, full stop, Kite, was arrested Saturday morning and refusing to pull over for a traffic stop. Yeah, right up to
Kite.
But shortly before midnight, the sheriff's office traffic deputies say they clocked Kite driving a Subaru Impreza on Highway 98 at 105 in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. The car was going between 114 and 117 using the laser device. Anyway, they try and pull him over. He gets all the way up to 130 and a 45, trying to...
That's a little bit excessive.
Just a wee bit, but I'm a cop. You ain't pulling me over. Fuck you. And,
He's not a cop.
well, not anymore.
He is a school child.
Where's his list of charges? Oh, there they are. He's charged with aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting without violence, resisting with violence, fleeing to elude, leaving the scene of a crash with property damage, reckless driving, and DUI.
Yeah, this all tracks.
Yeah. Until I read that mitten full of charges, I'm like, okay, so this guy drove real fast and then drove faster when they tried to pull him over. You know, the blue silence, the blue wall, they ain't talking against their own. He must have done something real bad upon attempt to arrest him that led to this. Like he had a Kia blow in the car or whatever. No, he assaulted a couple of officers. There you go. That's what did it. Now, Can we just stop and appreciate that look of defiance this man of?
I
I mean, Sin, you got kids. This is childish, pouty defiance.
This
That
is
is-
the shit
that's a
that
pain.
could get them a knee in the face.
That is a pain. But then he's a former deputy sheriff.
Yes, sir.
Like, could you imagine being sat there and like this? You get pulled over and you sit there like, oh shit, what was it? Yeah, what is it? Busted tail? Like, what have I done? I was under the speed limit. You're freaking out, and then this piece of shit comes up to your window, goes license and registration.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Think about it for a second. These are the guys that will, if you don't get out of the car quickly enough when they say get out of the car, hand right to the gun. You've seen it on body cam again and again. Right? It's these guys that are packing the fucking heat, that have the legal authority to blow you the fuck away if you do anything mildly movement-like after they've said get out of the car. And it's
Looks like he cut his hair with a gun.
how the fuck did this guy get on the force? I don't think looking into people's criminal background is enough. How about I wish a motherfucker would. Why aren't you looking for that attitude on fucking cops?
I mean, that's what that face says as well. I wish you would.
Yeah.
Right now, do you know?
Yeah.
I dare you. I double dog dare you.
Yeah, I could be convinced that this is his recruitment photo, not his mugshot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, fucking guy. Again, the whole punchline is like, really? This guy who hasn't started shaving was the sheriff's deputy that was going 130? Of Expo Bahoteps. You mean you're not supposed to go triple the speed limit? Well, not if you're not a sheriff's deputy. I still believe if he had gotten out of the car, even with the DUI, even with 130, he'd still be on the force. I believe that.
I mean, we're just lucky he got caught, because otherwise it'd be like, where's Jacob Kite? He's in the wind.
Okay. So we did the Randy, we did the thing. Oh, yeah. This one made me think of you, Sin. Massachusetts teen dies after eating spicy tortilla chip.
How?
Well,
Jesus Christ.
What? You know the one chip challenge? This thing?
I know the one two challenge.
Yeah, the one chip. Where? Hold on. Where is it?
But he died.
Yeah, he died. Where's the little fucking coffin box? I was just looking at it after
This is one of my worst fears.
of
'Cause
eating
we've
the
all
one
eaten
chip challenge.
spicy shit, and you're there, just like your mouth is on fire. You're like, I'm never ever gonna feel the same again. But it does pass after a while.
There it is.
But for a while, you're like, I might actually die, and it turns out you can.
Well, see, no,
Wow.
here's the thing. He dies after taking the one chip challenge. And you're like, oh my God. And you've seen the people that have like no expectation what a ghost pepper's going to do, or a Carolina Reaper in this case is going to do to them.
Mm.
Yeah. And they start
What's weird is I could have sworn that not long ago they were saying white people couldn't handle spice.
Oh, Sinatra, no.
Wow. What is that?
That was a little too much spice for me.
Interesting ceiling tiles. You know, I got one of those drop ceilings. I'm not a big
I've
fan
heard,
of it.
yeah.
His cause of death is not yet determined, but relatives fear complications from the chip factor. They have no idea that that's what killed him.
Chip
None.
factor.
It's just, what did he do previous to this? Well, he took the one chip challenge. Well, it must have been that tortilla thing that did it to him, right? Well, it didn't stop him from starting a GoFundMe. Am I
Of
just being
course
cynical?
not.
Oh, no.
No.
I-
The GoFundMes are absolutely fucking ridiculous.
His cause of death has not been determined on Tuesday as a result of an autopsy remain pending, but his relatives fear the complications came from eating an extremely spicy tortilla chip from the manufacturers of Let's Smear the Shit Out of Them. But according to an online GoFundMe campaign meant to benefit the family. Yeah, in really broad terms.
No. I mean, mentioning the manufacturers meant to benefit the family because they're just hoping that they'll just give them some money as a payout.
You mean sue somebody for mental distress and so on?
No, not even no. Yeah, I get what you're saying. No, before suing them, you mention the name of the manufacturer, and then the manufacturer's going, "Oh shit, we'll get some bad press here. Pay the family off. Pay the family off. Sign this NDA."
Yeah. Wow. The fishiest thing of all.
Imagine trying to cash in on your fucking child's death like this.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
Well, is it the child's? Because you got the campaign's organizer who describes herself as a cousin. Wrote, the pain our family is experiencing is unimaginable.
Cousin?
This sounds so fucking like, do you even know the guy who died?
Your cousin? Right, I wouldn't give a shit if one of my cousins
This
died.
was the
as I
same
was
thing
saying
that
this
happened.
sentence.
This is the same thing that happened, if you guys remember the Tamir Rice thing here. The mom and Tamir had like no real good relationship, but as soon as Tamir died or was killed by the cop, however you want to do it, the mom was doing media thing, running fundraisers, everything.
Lady Monoceros in the chat
Hey.
is informing us that he ate 16 of them in one sitting.
Well, that undermines the whole
fucking
one chip challenge
dumbass.
notion, doesn't it? I said, hey, because I haven't noticed Lady Monsteros in chat lately. How you doing? And 16 of them. Well, it's fucking hell.
That does change things, doesn't it?
What did you expect?
I could see someone dying if
That
they
does
had
change it.
asthma. And yeah, it makes you snot and swell up, and your face will even get red, puffy, and swollen in some cases because just the sheer heat of it. If you have asthma, I can see that causing you to choke and die. Other than that, I don't see how you died. But that doesn't stop me from starting a GoFundMe for my second cousin 3 times removed, so my family history tells me.
Who was stated to say, we think he went a bit too far. He should have only had 15.
Again, it's just right on the box. One chip challenge.
I mean, the thing is, like, food is nice and we enjoy it. This is not nice. Anything that has the word challenge written on it, I will not be imbibing.
Yeah, no, I'll still steer clear of that.
Mm-hmm. Because this is ruining food, isn't it? You're not going to enjoy this.
What do you mean?
It's
It's
a
the
Viper.
Naga Viper.
Naga.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said Naga. Yeah, it's the Naga
It's
Viper.
weird you're saying snake.
Is that snake?
Something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Now on to the titular
I just-
article. Let's
I
fucking
don't.
do it.
I just want. If I'm gonna eat some crisps, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna eat some crisps, maybe a bit of dip or something like that, and I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm not gonna fucking like put myself through like actual fucking physical torture. And that's just when you've eaten it. You've also got to fucking like deal with shitting it back out again as well. Lava
Oh
shits.
yeah,
We've been
I
there,
didn't even
guys,
think
you
of
know?
that. I remember,
That's where actually this guy's lucky. He never had to go through it.
I remember LA Beast when he ate a couple of cacti, little small ones, but they were spiky as fuck, and he ate them, and he said the worst part was shitting them out, which I believe.
I mean, at that point, I just go, do you know what, mate? Fine. It's your. What the fuck were you expect? You ate a cactus. What were you expecting?
Oh, he knew.
Have you guys ever watched wrestling?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know when they cut a promo, they're getting all hyped up for the match and shit.
I do.
Yeti said, just so you know, the Carolina Reaper is 1.1 million Scoville heat units. This dude ate 16 of those motherfuckers. It's probably enough to create the elephant's foot out of your shit.
My
But
shit
it's
is
still
actually
not enough for all the
glowing.
heat.
I-
It's still not enough for all the heat that's in that fucking donation I was talking about earlier. Of cutting the promo, so when it does get hit, it'll be that much cooler.
Yes, Massachusetts team. Hey, nobody wants to see someone die, and it isn't about this guy's death, and I'm happy about that. If it was even
This
related,
is just the most. This is just Darwinism. This is literally just Darwinism.
you know what? If it was determined to be because of the chip, okay, but I don't buy it. I think that this is a fucking ploy to make. This story for me is about his fucking family.
I don't know.
yeah,
well,
100%,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you sit down, eat 16 of these motherfuckers, and then go, I will be fine.
Yeah, but
No,
then,
you'll
like,
be
there's
dead.
a GoFundMe going on. They've mentioned the manufacturer's name, so they get a payout. The last thing they want is for the family to try and sue the manufacturer, because then the government's going to want to
I
cover
don't
their
think
own
they
ass
can.
and start a mandate for eating helmets.
I don't think they can sue the manufacturer. I'm sure there's fucking warnings. Because I
Yeah.
know my brother did this, and he showed me the fucking thing, and there was like a damn near a waiver on the inside of it.
Inside the little coffin here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the shape of a coffin.
Do you think that this is going to be like heroin? If everybody hears about the heroin that killed somebody, they all want it real bad. So this is actually going to spike their sales.
You know what? Again, Darwinism.
No.
Go forth.
It kind of, yeah. I mean, there's a big.
I mean,
element of, again, common sense.
look
in
at that
this,
chip.
You know?
You see the triangle chip right there?
Doesn't even
What's the
look
triangle
good.
chip?
No,
No.
it looks like a texture patch from the depths of hell.
Looks like part of Gary's mod that didn't load right.
So moving on
Like a
over here to our
melanoma.
titular article of like, wait, who did who, what to who now? I don't claim that the story has any answers. As a matter of fact, it just generates questions. And that's the joke. Man arrested after shooting into a parking lot of a funeral home following a service.
Why?
Yeah,
Wait, he did what now?
he was arrested after shooting into a
Uh.
parking lot of a funeral home following a service. Now, you might know what I had been thinking here. Nothing's colder
It's
than
enough noise.
shooting up the man's fucking funeral. That shows the, really what he had coming to him.
It's just causing enough noise to wake the dead.
So let's just get into the questions. Here it goes, okay? Police say he opened fire on several people in a parking lot of a funeral home following a service on Saturday. According to the police department, Sean Phillips, 34, has been arrested and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm and possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, which we're told gun control laws prevent, but that's fine. In connection, in connection with a shooting that injured 2 people. Detectives believe Phillips, who lives above the funeral home,
Oh, no.
opened fire on several people in the parking lot of the funeral home following a service. Now, I don't know. My mind just went right to he was driving by or walking by. Like when
Naturally, that's exactly where I went to.
Right, so was he? Or did he open fire from a window above, like Oswald did it? Or Grassy Knoll did, whatever.
To me, it sounds like an inside job. It's just the funeral company trying to drum up some more business.
See, Ham and Bean gets it. What? Yeah. Yes, hence the title of the fucking stream, man. But wait, there's more. One person returned fire, according to police, striking Phillips and a 13-year-old girl who also lives above the funeral home.
Jesus
Is there a
Christ.
fucking clown car up there?
But wait, there's more. The girls were
How?
The girl is recovering at home, and Phillips remains hospitalized, and he'll be taken to the county jail after he's been discharged. The man who returned fire is not facing charges.
Well,
Yeah, because he returned
he
fire.
returned fire.
And hit a 13-year-old girl who's apparently unconnected to Phillips. It's not exactly
But live
a
together?
target. See, I assumed they were together, but it doesn't say that at all. She's just someone who also lives above the home. They would have said that she lived with Phillips. If she lived with Phillips, what is there, an entire apartment complex above this funeral home?
So I can understand why that there's no charges being faced because you were being shot at and you just returned fire to where the shots were coming from.
See, this is where my thinking goes. It's where the fuck was Phillips shooting from? He must have been at home shooting out the window, but he returns fire upwards at him, and one of the shots that he was justifiably taken, I agree, penetrated the wall and hit her in another apartment. Better guess? It's all guesses, man. I don't know.
I do not know.
Yeah, not enough information in this.
I mean, I'd feel some goddamn terrible if somebody started shooting at a whole bunch of people that I was in a small crowd of at a funeral service. I started firing back and find out that I hit a 13-year-old girl and him. I'd be saddened and be, what the fuck was he shooting? Were you making too much noise during the funeral for this guy?
Luna, I think Luna might be right. She's going to sue his ass, so.
Like the parents of the girl? Yeah.
Yeah, but then he starts suing their ass, and then, the government's going to want to cover their ass, and then before you know it, you got funeral helmets.
Damn it, Drunkle. I think he's got a good point. Everyone's suing everyone here. I'm sure Phillips will find a reason to sue somebody. So there you go. The story that keeps continuing. It's like, this is why you should always read or try your best to read beyond the fucking headline, which is fun in and of itself. But then it just,
All right.
But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. And it's such a short article. There's so much going on there. I need some.
This is a very packed article, yeah.
I am going to
Yeah,
leave
there's
this
a lot going
motherfucker open in a tab Do you guys ever do that for you're waiting for follow-up? There has to be an update
Oh,
on
yeah.
this.
Oh my god, yeah, Poo Watch.
This is going to be one of the ones I keep open. I have to know more about what happened here. Some kind of information. Who the fuck fires out of a window? That's just stupid. What the fuck?
They want us to believe one person famously did in Texas in their book depository.
Depository.
And I mean, that guy, by modern standards, Oswald, was restricted from owning a firearm anyway. He wasn't a felon, but he was dishonorably discharged from the Marines. So there you go. Gun control, working in every era. But I don't think it was actually a federal crime in 63 or 62 when he bought it for a felon to possess a firearm. I don't think. Anyway, yeah. The point was, felon Phillips ends up shooting out the window in this way. What a fucking jackass. You think we're going to find out he was lifted as fuck off of bath salts or meth or something?
Most likely.
Where was it? Florida? Yes.
Yeah, it was absolutely Florida. I feel bad for the people of Florida.
Meth.
You ever stop and think about that? They have laws specifically for the intention of being transparent. So anytime someone's arrested and the details of their arrest are immediately made public, news entertainers don't have to go searching or finding or contact their police sources or whatever to find out who was arrested for what. They don't need to. Florida authorities are required by law to release all that information immediately. You ever wonder why there's so many Florida man stories? That's why. You know, there's more people arrested for bitings in New York State than there are in Florida. The Florida man is the one who...
Bitings?
Yeah, bitings.
Like chomp chomp?
Yeah. But you would associate bitings with Florida man because, you know,
no,
meth head
biting absolutely sounds New Yorkish.
I'd associate it with Dracula first.
You don't think biting associated with the meth head? People, zombie drugs, this guy chewed someone's face off when high as fuck?
No, because I think in terms of kids, you ever look at a kid and go, that fucking little shit definitely bites people? That's New York.
I never have, actually, but now that you put that idea in my head, I might be looking for the little cannibal kids.
Dude, I am so fucking lucky none of my kids were biters because I punch them in the fucking little baby teeth.
Bite him back.
So you trying to say if, like, a toddler's a biter, they'll be like a 6-year-old biter attacking strangers and shit?
They have a phenotype. You can just tell.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
he's got a biting head shape to him. I took him to the phrenologist, and he backed it up.
Well, if you go back to that sheriff who got pulled over, we're going like 140 miles an hour.
Oh, he's definitely a biter. That's a biter. That's a fucking biter.
Do you think his hair is actually just the shape of his head? Like, that's not his hair puffing out like that. He actually does have an alien head shape.
Yeah, no, that's his fucking skull under there, dude.
It's a tattoo.
I really want to Photoshop nothing but skin up there so we can see the horror that is this man, his poor mother.
Just wait like 10 years, he'll be bald.
Crip, spit that shit out, man!
I was trying to. Lincoln Osiris, man. Thank you, Gamer Valine, for the 450. I associate that with Florida far more than Florida man. Oh, wait a minute. I associate that more with Florida bear more than Florida man. The biting. I don't know. I associate bear attacks mostly with Colorado myself. Like the bear broke in and ate our sandwiches and then snuck off. Remember that one from like 2 weeks ago? Didn't you do that, Drunkle?
Fucking Hank the Tank.
Huh. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of the show, and Sinatra's got to get going a little bit past the time that he said he could
That's
stay.
fine.
So well, I appreciate it nonetheless, man. Staying around. You're a good egg. Boom. There we go. So, Drunkle, you already filled us in on what was going on with Gameage up until now. What's Gameage for the future of the week looking like?
Oh, Polly, thank you for asking. It's a very good question. It was meant to be a Mac on a Monday, Detroit Become Human, but obviously I wasn't around on Monday just because I was elbows deep in the good PC Cordelia. So it was Wobot Wednesday today. We smashed that. There was a Subnautica stream yesterday where I did absolutely fuck all because I ended up losing my vehicle and then beaching another one. It was just awful. Tomorrow is the Jack in It stream, which is over on twitch.tv/DracoPlays. We're going to be playing Jackbox. It is a fucking brilliant night. Come along, play along.
There it is. And Sin, you got a video for us, man? Something going up?
I have a video going up in a minute as soon as I'm done putting the metadata in.
Cool. Did you post something else on Monday? Was there a video that went up then?
There has been a video or stream from me on either one of my channels. I stream on the Sin and Sash channel, 2 videos, video and stream on the Silent Sin channel.
Nice. Fuck yeah. So plenty of content to be had. And if you want to look forward to the next content that we're going to have, it'll be on Friday. And Drunkle, where can they find us doing that?
That'll be on Friday on the Silent Sin channel at 10:30 p.m. GMT, 5:30 p.m. EST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island. Pollywops.
Excellent.
I felt you get a little shaky during that one.
I've
but
been
you pulled it out in the
practicing.
end.
Yeah.
Blew your confidence away? Tripping up once? Ah, it's no problem.
Once? My God.
If that's only all it were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I would like to thank everybody who stuck around to the end of the stream, everybody who came back, and everyone who just stayed the whole time during all of our, my audio fuck-ups and every other fucking problem and restarting the stream and every other goddamn thing. Yet another reason this is the greatest fucking chat online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And thank you very much for your donations. They are sincerely appreciated as we continue on with the approach to Pally's birthday. I won't be doing the 12 days of my birthday, but it won't stop me from incessantly mentioning it. And as we also get closer to that fucking awesome day in American history. So,
I mean, it's next week, dude. You know, it's creeping up.
It
It's
is.
next week.
Yeah,
It is creeping up, like the cold embrace of death.
It's 8 days from now. Like, no. It's the awesome embrace of another time around the sun as we measure those things. Yeah, 8 days from now.
Hells yeah.
So there it is. So thank you for coming by, everybody. Thank you for your donations, and we will see you on Friday. Have a good night, all.
Later.